Hey, what's going on? Of course, we have learned that Arkansas will be heading to Austin, Texas to take the number 6 seed in the NCAA Regionals. Brad McMakin, great seeing you. Thanks for coming in. And let's talk about that 6 seed. Is that kind of where you were expecting?
I was. I thought we might have moved up to a 5 seed after the SEC championship win, but it's probably where we should be after the spring that we had.
Going to Austin, Texas. Thoughts on that?
Well, I think we're pretty familiar with it. We've had 3 or 4 guys play there, so looking forward to having some guys that have some experience on the golf course. That's a big deal. So I like Austin and similar grass that we play on. We're putting on big grass green, so I like the draw that we got.
You know, collectively, you had to like what you saw. Obviously, has a 7 seed match play. What you did there at Sea Island Golf Club. Let's go back to that because you got to start with Julian Perico because he won all of his match play contests. What was working for Julian? Very emotional guy. I talked to you about a month ago. You're like, this guy, he's something special, and if he gets it rolling, you'll see it, and you saw it at a really good time.
Yeah, the Latin Americans play a lot of match play. Him and Luis Garza also played really well, knocking off Will Gordon from Vanderbilt. So once we get to match play with those guys, I can leave them alone and let them do their thing. And they love match play, and they're excited about it. So, and it showed this week. He won all 3 matches. Luis won 2 of the 3. They were really big factors in us winning.
William Bull, great tone setter. He got that win for you in match play against Auburn. That was big.
He went out early. He likes to play fast. So he wanted to go off first no matter who he played. He played the front 9 in an hour and 15 minutes and got it rolling and never looked back.
What do you like about the chemistry of this team? And going to the NCAA regionals, and you know that there's all that talk about, okay, can you somehow find a way to where you get to the blessings there for the NCAA championship? There's all that talk out there, but what do you think in terms of the way your guys have handled that?
I think they've handled it really well. I mean, for our program, every year the goal is to get to the national championship. That's what's expected. So being at home, obviously, you know, obviously there's a lot more thought to it, but every year we're expected to be there, and that won't be any different than going this year, even though we're hosting. Maybe once we get here, it might be a little different, you know, the feeling of how, you know, we should do. But as far as getting through the regional, it's the same every year.
You know, you mentioned on Golf Channel the resilience of this team. You talked about the struggles, but you're able to turn the page and get your guys back on the right track. And what was it about that, you know, to where we saw what you did in Nebraska and it kind of carried it forward?
Well, they're a very close team. They had a closed-door players-only meeting. They went in and figured it out, came back out and turned it around. It was really impressive.
You know, you also talked there at a press conference here recently just about being in it for the long haul. You know, I mean, you want to pace yourself the right way. How do you explain that a little bit more in terms of the way you handle practices and then when you actually compete? How have your guys actually approached that?
You know, during practice, we try not to burn them out throughout the year. You know, get too anxious early and work them too hard throughout the year. It's a long season. I mean, we just played 6 rounds in 5 days. These kids are tired. So we try to schedule our practices and not to go too hard too early. So that's what we do in practice. And the tournaments-wise, we try to play the best tournaments we can to prepare them for this week. We play one of the hardest schedules in the country. We play Oklahoma State 4 times a year, and it's tough. So just tournaments, trying to schedule the best teams we can and prepare them for this week.
Okay, finally, let's go back to that SEC championship because that was the second one in program history, first since 1995. Back to that emotion, what that was like when Perico hit that putt there to seal it.
It was amazing. All 3 matches we played went into extra holes. The first match we won 2 extra hole playoff holes, and then we won A&M on the extra hole. And then the last day we got up early. It flip-flopped their way coming down the stretch. Julian won 2 of the last 3 holes for us to win the title. Tyson Reeder got in with a 1-up victory. Luis went to extra holes. It was nerve-wracking, but I was super proud of the kids. Really excited for them, our program, the university. It was a great day.
Good luck to you, Brad. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
All right, Coach McMakin, and of course, Arkansas set for Austin, Texas. That is the destination for NCAA regionals coming up. We're back after this.